Okay, so most of you know that we did our in-class presentation on international employee relations, and a few weeks ago we talked about the Apple crisis in China. I'd just like to reflect on how I think our group presentation went and what I got out of the presentation. So, just to recap, it was about the Foxconn facilities in China and how the FLA, Fair Labor Association, had an audit to look into certain suicides and that were believed to be related to working conditions in the factories. So, what came out of the audit was that Apple didn't exactly communicate with what they wanted Foxconn to do in regards to their code of conduct. Therefore, their employee relations were not great. Their employees weren't treated how employees should be treated. They were worked overtime and not paid the right amounts. Even though internationally this can be seen fair, in regards to what Apple's code of conduct is, it's not. What I learned about this is that people's culture and how one country sees something is not always perceived through to the next country that they're working in. Even though if something like that happened over here, that people were working ridiculous hours and that people were dying in factories and in accommodations that belong to Apple, our media would have a frenzy with it and it would completely tarnish the company. The fact that it was in a country where this happens a lot, or where there's lots of factories that things are manufactured, I feel like Apple kind of got away with it, and I feel like it made them really think about their international employee relations and how they should have handled the situation. Our group presentation went quite well. I feel like all of us girls were quite informed on what was happening, and I think we all looked at the positives and negatives and found out things about how cross-cultural communication works and how even such big companies make huge mistakes.